Yuri is standing with her eyes closed, shaking. Suddenly, she becomes still and strides forward quickly to the microphone.
Hello, I am Yuri, and this poem is World in a Cup. The end of a weary day. The world seems impersonal, filled with small acts of malice, petty cruelties, indifference.
Yuri's delivery is astonishing, nothing like her normal speaking voice. Well, I was using the normal speaking voice anyway. She is bold and dramatic.
Then, I filled the kettle with clear water, the blessing of well-made tea. You must wait for it. You must anticipate it.
The audience smiles. They're into it.
Hear the water boiling, a delightful static. Place the cup down, put the tea inside. A moment is there, given to you, to revel in its scent and texture. To warm your cold hands over the hot kettle. And then, the water falls into the cup, this water married to this earth for eons. After an endless journey, it's here to meet you, and to be you, for a little while.
Yuri pauses for a moment. Some in the audience are starting to lose interest, but most are still paying close attention.
The tea leaves, too, filled with love from people far away you will never meet. Yet do care for you through these leaves. Their tenderness for the leaves is their tenderness for you. The leaves are filled with other loves from the soil, and the sun and the water too, which it now meets again. A joyous reunion. This tea contains rice too, another small miracle of love and nature, here to sustain you.
She's clearly losing a bit of the audience due to the length of the poem, but most are still watching eagerly, and she continues on unshaken.
History itself, too, sustains you in this rice. The rice was put there by poor peasants long ago. Out of the necessity of 100 impoverished generations come your small pleasures. On the first sip, you are taken away. Everything fades away but the heat. The feel of the cup, the taste of the tea, your well-contented sigh. And the world is no longer indifferent. The world is the water, the world is the rice, the world is the tea. And therefore it is the sun, the soil, the love, the history. They've all built this gift for you, and you alone, over thousands of years. And nothing exists anymore but your contentment. Thank you very much. How do you think it went?
Well, there were a few cell phones out by the end because your poems are long. But I think mostly people liked it. Could definitely tell who the tea drinkers in the audience were.
Well, at least it wasn't a complete disaster.
Come on, Natsuki, they're waiting.
As Natsuki walks onto the stage, there's considerable cheering from some in the audience, along with strong applause. We love you, Natsuki-senpai!
Thank you. I'm Natsuki, and my poem is called On the Bookshelf. My name, apparently, is Under the Greenest Umbrella. And I'm about love and freedom, getting away and belonging to yourself. I think the umbrella is an allegory for something.
Natsuki's delivery style is brash and loud. It's almost indistinguishable from her normal talking voice.
Your name, I see, is the Comprehensive Hydrological Analysis Manual. And I can only barely begin to guess what you're about. It seems complex and technical. Something a smart person would know about. And we sit here, side by side. Clearly there's no organizational scheme on this shelf. But I like being so close to you. Plus, it sure says something about whoever owns us. And I'm done. Natsuki out. Thanks, everyone.
There is considerable applause and cheering from students as Natsuki leaves the stage area.
You think they liked it, or were they just glad to see me?
Hard to tell.
What matters is that the poem was actually good. And you delivered it well.
Shh, Monica's going up.
Hello, I'm Monica, the president of the Literature Club.
Much applause and some cheers.
After my poem, I'll briefly tell you a bit about our club, and then that'll be it from us. Thank you for your patience and attention. Our club members really appreciate it. My poem is called Ice.
Monica pauses for a few seconds.
Down the oubliette, back to my old familiar home. I have all the comforts and I can settle in. But wait, a change. They've turned down the temperature. Snowed me in. Locked me in ice.
Monica's voice drops to a soft volume. She speaks soothingly, almost like delivering a lullaby. The effect is fairly creepy.
Ice is peaceful. You barely notice as it slowly constricts your limbs. Ice is beautiful. You see blue-white clear through it and see exactly what it is doing to you. Ice is cold, but it makes you beautiful. And peaceful. And cold.
Suddenly, her voice becomes cheerful.
In my room of rhyme, amidst all my familiar comforts, I smile happily and drink my tea and nibble my case, heedless of the encroaching ice, encasing my hands, my eyes, my heart.
Her voice starts to drop again, slowly and gradually.
Until at last it freezes the pen in my hand, freezes the ink on the page, freezes this poem as it flows.
She's almost whispering now.
It was the ice.
She lets the poem sink in for a moment.
Thank you. Like I said, we're the Literature Club. We meet on Wednesdays after school in room 3O. We write poetry, but we also analyze any and all literary media together, like plays, manga, and even video games. This coming Wednesday, we'll have cupcakes, so feel free to come on by if you like. Thanks for listening to our poems, and have a fun festival. Phew, glad that's over with. Let's get away from here.
What a strange poem, said someone. I'll have to ask Monica what it was about later. The club is walking through the school towards a nearby street which is glowing brightly in the night.
So what's the plan now?
We're going to just go walk through the festival and do whatever catches our eye.
Yeah, we can play carnival games and you can win me another stuffed animal.
Well, I'm not very good at those. I wouldn't get your hopes up too much. But I'll get something for you, little cinnamon bun.
Ooh, we can go to food stands. Maybe we can get something fried. Yeah, that sounds really fun. We could totally.
We, Monica, are going to take Yuri and start by throwing balls at the teachers in the dunk tank. And after that, whatever you and Yuri want to do. But we link back up with MC and CRA for fireworks, yeah?
Of course.
Yay, fireworks! Come on, MC, let's go!
Sorry about that, Monica.
It's an autumn festival with which couples should do together, uninterrupted by others, so that they can draw closer together. No, I figured it out, don't worry. Auntie sure dragged you onto the MC and CRA train, didn't she, Yuri? I was already there. Well, let's go have some fun before I start aching for my true love to come to a festival with me.
Which group to follow? Well, gosh, I'm sure we'll get to see both. Probably. We can start with MC and CRA.
Yeah.
Ooh, I should not have had 2 fried candy bars.
You probably shouldn't have had the first one. But come on, let's keep moving and you'll feel better in no time.
Do you think we can just stay here and rest a little while?
Sure, Bun. The two of them spend a while watching people pass by. CRA's gaze starts to drift off towards nothing. So after this, we should head down to the section with all the games. I can at least try to win you that new stuffed animal you wanted. And after that, we can go look at the fall flower display. I know you always look forward to the flower exhibitions. After that, it'll probably be about time to join the others for the fireworks and... Sayori?
Sorry, just spaced out there for a second. But now I'm back. With a vengeance. That all sounds really nice, MC. Let's go do games!
Off we go then. MC appears to have been throwing rings at bottles for some time. This is way harder than it looks. Just need some more practice. It's easy once you've got it down. The game operator casually flicks a ring onto a bottle with ease. MC tries again, but the ring bounces off the top of the bottle. Look, buddy, I'm going to level with you. I'm pretty sure that I could throw these all night and never get a ring onto a bottle. But I need to get one of those stuffed animals for my lady here. So how about I pay you for another 10 games, you give me that small cat one, which is easily worth less than 10 games, and we call it even. MC hands over some cash. Well, looks like we have ourselves a winner! Yay! MC collects the small gray cat plushie from the game operator. So, Sayori. MC hands her the plushie. What are you going to name it? Now, I know you're probably going to go with Mr. Cat, and no one could blame you for picking that. Great name. Fantastic name. But, I'm just throwing this out there. Have you considered naming it MC, maybe?
I think I will go with Mr. Cat. I already have an MC.
And also, those initials still spell MC. Sayori clings tightly to MC's arm. After a moment, she lets go of him, then takes 3 steps backwards and looks behind her. I love you, Sayori.
I love too.
So, anyway, we can head off to the flowers now if you want. Or we can take another rest, whatever. MC looks concernedly at Sayori. Whatever you want. Are you alright? Was that because I said I love you? Happiness tears?
It's not fair.
Sayori's voice trails off inaudibly. What was that?
It's not fair. Every time something happens where I feel really happy, it only lasts for a second and then I feel terrible. I should be happy. I should be the happiest I've ever been. I have no reason at all to think that you telling me you love me means anything but what you said. But it just feels like a lie. Like, oh, this is just a trick. Because there's no way. No way you would want to be with me. And even if you did, you shouldn't.
Sayori, you...
I know, you're going to say that's my depression lying to me. It's not really like that, blah, blah, blah. I get it, I do. And I know you're saying that because you want to help. Or at least, that's what I have to tell myself is the reason you're saying that. MC, I'm gonna say something that I really need you to understand, okay? If you really do love me, past all the fog in my brain that I can't see through, or maybe I should say, even if you do love me, that doesn't matter to whether I feel bad or not. That feeling is going to happen to me no matter what the truth is. Whether or not you love me doesn't matter at all with that. I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all. Just that even if I could somehow be super duper convinced that you love me, I don't think it would change anything. So, it doesn't cure anything to try to convince me that you do. It wouldn't make me better even if you did convince me. Which I'm not sure you can, not all the way. Not in that horrible, scary part of my brain where nothing good can ever be real. Trying to convince me of things when my feelings are screaming something else doesn't help me. It just makes me feel worse and more scared. And it just makes me spend more time thinking about my depression, which makes me depressed. Rather than trying to get back to enjoying those brief moments of fleeting happiness that I do get. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And I'm going to try really hard not to seem selfish or be selfish here. It's really hard, because I have a really deep desire for you to understand that I love you so much. But I get it. I'm not trying to convince you right now. I promise you, the very, very last thing I want to do is aggravate or confuse your feelings with love declarations you can't handle. Just, it's hard. Not because you do anything to me. Nothing you do makes my life worse. But just, I mean, it's hard because I have to watch you hurt inside at times like these. And if I understand you right, you need me to not try and reassure you about stuff like this. And maybe that's smart, if it doesn't help you and makes you feel worse. But it's so hard to just sit there and watch you suffer while you stare off with that look in your eyes. It's like you're hanging by a rope over a fire and you're telling me you need me to not pull on the rope because it burns you more. And I get that, I do. It's horrible, but it makes sense. But does that mean I just have to sit there and watch you burn? I don't want you to be in pain. But I don't want to make you hurt worse because I'm bad at helping you either. Can you let me help you in a way that will actually help? By getting you to someone who knows what they're doing? Someone who could actually make you feel better? I think that it would really be benefit.
I really don't want to talk about that right now. Please.
Well, it is the festival. Now probably really isn't the time for that discussion. But Sayori, when will it be time to talk about it? It always seems like you never want to talk about it now.
You know what we should really do to make things better right now? We should kiss. Like, a lot.
I'm not fooled, Sayori. I know what you're doing. And we will talk about this another day. Well, like I said, it's festival time. So come here and give me those kisses, young woman. MC and Sayori giggle as they hold hands and run off into the trees near the festival. Sayori sits with her back to a tree, smiling brightly, and MC kneels down beside her. They kiss softly, and MC lays his hand on Sayori's cheek. He pulls back when he realizes it's wet from a tear running down it.
Don't worry about that.
It's kind of hard not to. It's kind of,
Please ignore that. Just kiss me more, please.
Okay. A few more minutes of kissing pass, then MC pulls back a little and gets up. But Sayori is still sitting against the tree, not paying attention. Come on, Sayori, we should get back.
Huh?
We should go back to the festival.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Sayori gets up mechanically and follows MC back to the lights. So, time to go to the flowers now, yeah? Should we get moving? Sayori?
Hmm?
The flower displays?
No.
Why not? You love those. They're your favorite thing at festivals.
Can't.
You can't.
Can't.
Okay, well, come here. Let's sit down and rest again, then. MC starts to lead Sayori to a bench nearby, by the hand. She passively follows, alternating stopping entirely, then walking a few steps mindlessly when MC pulls her along. They sit down on the bench. I'm not going to try to convince you of anything about my feelings, okay? It's safe. You're safe. Sayori stares blankly. Just listen to me for a sec. I know there are a lot of ways where I can't or shouldn't help you, but there's a way I can. I know that it's hard for you to put a brave face on it when you feel bad, and I know that you always feel like you need to make your friends happy, but you only have so many happy thoughts and bottles for your friends, right? And right now, I'm guessing it's hard because you have to hold it together for me, and then later we have to go see our friends again. And it'll take you even more strength to keep it together around them. Am I right? Sayori nods. Her eyes are watering, but her face is completely expressionless. Well, listen. You don't ever have to be that way around me if you don't feel like it. You'll never make me feel bad with it. I just want to be where you can rest. And to not have to worry about how you're making me feel. That would make me the most happy. Do you think that would be okay? Sayori looks at him with a fearful expression for a moment, then nods. Then she buries her head in his chest and starts sobbing. It's okay. You're going to be okay. Sayori cries more. MC folds a bit of his yukata over Sayori as a makeshift blanket. He strokes the back of her head down to her neck over and over, and rocks her back and forth as she cries directly into him to muffle the sound. It's alright. Just listen to my voice. Everything's alright, Sayori. My poor, sweet, lovely Sayori. You're okay. You're okay. Sayori stops crying, but instead just covers her face in MC's yukata, leaning on him and clutching her new cat plushie tightly. 20 minutes later... Ready to go see everyone now?
Yeah. I feel a little better for now.
Great. Now come on, we've got to hurry and to get a peek at those flowers before the fireworks start.
I wonder what the girls have been doing. So, what is it you wanted to do again, Natsuki? The dunk tank. A bunch of teachers volunteer to take turns sitting above this tank of water. And if you manage to hit a target with a ball, it dunks them in the water.
I see why this would appeal to you.
Heck yeah! I know it's kind of silly, but it's the one thing I really want to do. After that, I'm happy to do whatever you guys want.
I actually don't think I had anything in particular I was interested in.
Me either. God, you guys are so boring. Come on, you can figure out what you want to do when you get there. It's like you guys have never been to a festival before.
I mean, technically we haven't.
Oh, shut up.